Hi, I'm Corey Coates from Fordyce, Arkansas, back again for the third week. And this week, what I'm going to make is my Philly 4-cheese white lasagna. I'm going to start out with, I've got about a cup of each of my vegetables. I've got mushrooms, yellow squash, zucchini, red peppers, and then I've got quite a bit of spinach here. I'm going to use 2 containers of the Philadelphia cooking cream, Italian cheese, and herb. I'm going to use a whole package, which is 6 ounces of shredded Parmesan cheese, Kraft. And I'm going to use 8 ounces of Kraft mozzarella cheese. I've already got my water boiling, and so I'm going to go ahead and dump my lasagna noodles in. Get them going. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a basic white sauce or a bechamel for my sauce instead of the traditional marinara. Okay, so I've got a stick of butter here. I've also got some ricotta cheese and some heavy cream. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put just some of my butter in my pan, and I'm going to just slightly cook my vegetables so that it gets some of the water out of them, because we don't want our lasagna to be too runny. So I'm going to go ahead and just toss my vegetables in. So I've sauteed my vegetables until they're good, and they're not real soft, but I was mainly trying to get most of the water out of them, because honestly, you don't want your lasagna to be too wet. And so I like to saute my vegetables a little bit first. You can use whatever vegetables you prefer in this, but these are the ones I like. I have to say, I'm getting my recipe in close to the wire today, because this week has been our annual Fordyce on the Cotton Belt Festival, and things have been so busy. And then on top of that, today was Easter. And so this has been probably the busiest week of the year for our little town in Arkansas. So I've got these sauteed. I've gotten most of the water out. I've got a plate over here. I'm going to dump them onto the plate. While I was sauteing my vegetables, my noodles got done, so I turned them off because we don't want them overdone. I'm going to stick the rest of my stick of butter in here and let it melt. Okay, so I have my butter good and melted. You don't want to let your butter get too hot, because butter will burn real easy. I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of flour in. You just want to whisk it in real good. Use your spoon, get out all the little lumps. Get it nice and cooked so you don't have a floury taste. I just went ahead and used the pan that I was already using. It just saves you dishes. Then I'm going to pour 2 cups of heavy cream in. You're going to cook that at a medium heat until it gets nice and thick. So my white sauce is starting to thicken up just a little bit, enough to where it pretty much just coats the back of my spoon. And I'm going to add to it 2 containers of the Philadelphia cooking cream, Italian cheese, and herb. Stir that or whisk it until it's incorporated really good. And then we're ready to assemble our lasagna. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, I've just got a spoon with a scoop here, and We're going to scoop a little bit of the sauce into the bottom. I've buttered a 9 by 13 pan. We're just going to scoop some of that in. I'm going to put a handful of spinach. The thing about spinach is this looks like a lot of spinach, but really, it's really not that much spinach because it cooks down to nothing. Then I layer my noodles. Ooh, those are hot. Then a little Parmesan cheese. A little mozzarella cheese. Some of my other veggies. See, even after I let them sit, they still had some water left in them, so try to keep as much of that water out as possible. And then for the ricotta cheese, I don't try to spread it out. It's too hard. I just put dollops wherever I see an empty spot. And then another layer of sauce. And then we start over with a layer of noodles. If you notice, I don't have any meat in this lasagna, but a good thing to do would be to, if you had some leftover grilled chicken, that would be fabulous. If you had some shrimp or some crab, that would be good. Or, since today is Easter, this would be a good way to use up your leftover Easter ham. If you chopped it up and layered with ham, I think that would be really tasty. And then you just repeat the layers until you've used all your ingredients and your pan is full. Okay, so now I've layered my lasagna, and let me tell you, it's heavy. It is so full, and it is going to be some cheesy goodness. I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 for probably about 25 minutes. Everything is basically done. The spinach just needs to wilt and get soft a little bit, and all the cheese needs to melt, and the flavors need a little time to mesh together. So it'll be bubbly, and the top will be lightly brown, and that's how you can tell when it's done. And while that bakes, I'm going to get my salad and my bread ready. Okay, so it's been about 25 minutes, and y'all don't even know how good it smells in my house. So I'm going to pull the lasagna out of the oven. This is my Philly 4-cheese lasagna. I like to serve it with just a bagged Caesar salad and some French bread, and I hope that your family enjoys it as much as mine.